This small little phone is Apple's big play for the emerging markets like India and China. This is the iPhone SE. The iPhone SE is essentially an iPhone 6 inside an iPhone 5s chassis. So this phone has most of the features of an iPhone 6 or a 6s, but is still a 4-inch iPhone 5s kind of device. And that is Apple's big play. Apple wants to tell you that if you are one of those people who needs a smaller phone, we have a powerful phone for you. And that is where the iPhone SE, I think, will have the most impact. The best thing about the phone has to be the size. See, it's a very small phone. And I'm, for instance, used to using a 5-inch plus phone these days. And in my hand, this is very comfortable, very easy to hold. And there are a lot of people who will have smaller hands who are much more comfortable using this size. And there actually Apple has a USP. If you look at performance, this phone has an A9 chip, which means it has the same processor as the new flagships from iPhone, the iPhone 6s or the 6s Plus. So performance wise, whatever you do with it, it's not going to have a problem. I've played heavy graphic games on this, done multi-tab browsing, multitasking, all of it perfect. Phone does not heat up, there are no issues with performance per se in this phone. The iPhone SE has a pretty good camera. In fact, I think it is the best camera in a 4-inch device. That is because this phone comes with most of the features you find in the iPhone 6s camera. So it has 4K recording, it has time lapse, it has slow motion, and overall it performs very good even with stills. And I used it in a lot of different variety, like in low light, outdoors, in daylight pictures, and I was very happy with the overall performance of the camera. So is there a negative with the phone? Yes, the negative with the phone is also its big positive. The 4-inch screen. This phone does not work for people who have ever been exposed to a 5-inch screen. If you have used a phone with a larger screen, it's very difficult to even type on a 4-inch screen because your body has learned something else and it needs to unlearn to come back to the 4-inch screen, and that will be a bit of an obstacle for a lot of users. The phone does not heat up when you're working with it, but when you're shooting 4K, after a couple of minutes you can feel a bit of heat at the back, and that's very common with a lot of phones that do 4K. It's there in the iPhone SE as well. The biggest competitor for the iPhone SE is strangely from the Apple stables itself. The iPhone 6 is actually priced under this phone at the moment, because this comes in at about 39,000 starting, and the iPhone 6 is available for as low as 34,000. The iPhone 6, you must remember, has a larger screen size. If you're looking beyond the Apple ecosystem, in Android phones, the Samsung A series could be a potential threat to this phone. So, should you buy this phone? Yes, if this form factor or the 4-inch size is something that you really want and you are not happy using a large phone, then this is the best phone you can buy at the moment. Personally, I think the phone is a bit overpriced at 39,000 plus. Apple initially announced the price of 30,000, which I think was a great price for this phone and would have really helped Apple capture a lot of the market. But right now, you need to really like the 4-inch screen size and need the 4-inch screen size for you to buy this phone.